everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Shannon. I was just going to give y'all an update on our goats. We've gotten some new ones and just kind of show you what the pasture looks like. Somebody's nibbling on me down there. That's Dally. Anyway, we went to the auction last Saturday and we took some of the goats because the Saturday before that we went to the auction and we had bought 7 and we ended up with too many boys and they were young and we don't need all the boys. We need more nannies. That way we can get some more goats. But we took 5 of them back and we got us a good billy goat and we got one more nanny. So I have a total of 9 goats now. And of course Simba, who loves to run the goats when you come out here and jump on you. So I usually have to carry around this paddle thing whenever I'm in here, or when anybody's in here, to keep him from jumping on you. That way he doesn't scratch you up. But we did some work in the pasture the other day, and Mark kind of cut it down because they had let the weeds kind of take over and weren't really eating the front half of the pasture, and you couldn't see them, you couldn't get in here. It was just a mess. So he took the lawnmower and kind of straightened it up. He didn't get all of it, but he got most of it. It's much better than it was. So I'm going to show you our goats now. So this is Star. My boys kind of named her because she didn't officially have a name. This is the bottle baby that wouldn't stay in the pasture for a while, but she now is a pasture goat, and I put a collar on her because she's super friendly. She doesn't run. She doesn't get scared of you. She's a really good goat. She's only like, I would say about 2.5 years old now. Still young, but she's a good goat. And of course there's Simba, our dog. He's still around. He's a good dog. He makes his runs, protects the goats like he's supposed to. And then we have on the pool steps here, we put this in there for them to play on because we didn't need it. It was just sitting in the yard. And they really like to jump on it. So the one that just got up, that's the baby that was born in February. That's Coco. And she will have something to do with you. Like, she'll come up to you, but you have to, like, bend down and give her time to get up to you. She won't just let you go up to her and pet her. She's super sweet, really pretty. We don't plan on her going anywhere. And then that's Dally. She's very sweet. She likes to nibble on you. She's jumping around. She's all excited. And there goes Coco jumping with her. And then the new billy goat, I think I'm going to call him Samson, is the white and bluish looking goat that is following the girls around. He seemed like at the auction that he knew what he was doing, and he seemed like a goat. He's not super friendly. As you can tell, he's running from me. But he's old enough and he knows what he's doing. So we thought he would be a good one to add. And then we have that black one that has a collar on her. And she had the collar on when we got her at the auction. And she's kind of friendly. She doesn't really let me come up to her, but she will come up to you. So, and we like the friendly goats. We like goats that, you know, will have something to do with us and let us have something to do with them. I don't want a goat that will run off. And that's a little billy goat that we got, see, last Saturday. He's friendly too. He's very timid and he's sweet. He will probably end up staying just because of how sweet he is. See, he's fixing to come up to me now. What is it, buddy? Huh? What is it? He doesn't have a name because we haven't had him, but just 2 weeks, so he'll let me pet him. He kind of likes Star. We've seen that he likes to follow her around. And like I said, we like the goats that, you know, are friendly and let us have something to do with them. I don't want a goat that I can't have anything to do with. It's just not. I like them as pets, kind of. And he's got the blue eyes, which means he's a pygmy Nigerian dwarf. And that's the kind that we have. So, I mean, he's He's what we want. He's just young right now. And as you can tell, he's friendly. He was biting on me. Okay, and then the brown and black one is a girl. And we got her this last Saturday when we got the billy goat. And she's not friendly. She does not come up to us. And when we put her in, she took off like a deer. And she went to the back end of the pasture down there. And we did not see her for a little while. She finally joined up with the other goats. And she stays with the herd now. But she won't let you have anything to do with her. So I don't know. I mean, she looks old enough maybe that she could have some babies. And the billy goat seems to like her. But we don't like goats that we can't have nothing to do with. And if they're like that and they have babies, the babies are like that. So that's not what I want. He's hanging out with me. He's super friendly and he's cute. Okay, and then I don't know how close I'll be able to get to Spunky. And most of mine have names. If they're not new, they have a name. Spunky is over here in the bushes. And he is the baby that was born from Memphis. You see his little white head? There he is. He was born in April. And you cannot catch him. He will not have anything to do with you. We tried to catch him because we were going to take him to the auction to, get a better, bigger billy goat. And poor Mark ran through this field and had a really hard time. And he's the only one that we could not catch. So after about 45 minutes to an hour, I told Mark, I said, just don't worry about it. I said, we'll just leave him for now. At some point, maybe we'll be able to catch him. And then we can take him. Because there's no, if he's not going to come up to us and have anything to do with us, then if he does get one of them pregnant, then we're not, that baby's not going to have nothing to do with us. And that's not what we want. We want kind of tame goats. And then, let's see. So we got those four. That's the billy goat and the two new ones, or three new girls. I got this little guy who's following me around. And there's Coco and Dally. And then we got Spunky. And then Stars in the bushes eating. So there's 9 total. And I'm trying to get more. That's the goal. But I would rather get more instead of having to buy them at the auction. Billy goats, breeding them and having them here. We've only had the 2 here so far, Coco and Spunky. And both their mamas, sadly, passed away. Not sure what happened, but and Coco's mama was very sweet. She was a good goat. She was one of the bigger goats. So we think she was like a brush goat, maybe. But she was sweet. Now, Spunky's mom was not. She wasn't very keen to you having anything to do with her, which is why I think Spunky is the way he is. Because she kind of taught him, to stay away, not get close, and made him that way. Because Coco, I can catch her and hold her. But Spunky, the little white and black baby, if I try to catch him, I've only held him once. And the one time that I did hold him, he fought me like a wild buck to get down. So I haven't really tried again because, like I said, you can't catch him. He likes to play hide and seek. When we tried to catch him, he would get in the tall grass and he would sit down and he would not move. Where you could not see him, you could not hear him, you didn't know where he was until he took off running. So right now he's uncatchable, but at some point we'll catch him. So we've got the electric fence up because Simba it was mainly for Simba because we haven't really had too much trouble with the goats getting out. Now Coco, she had a spot in the fence because she's so little to where she was getting out, and I'll show you where it is. She was getting out and she was putting herself back up, and then of course Star, the bottle baby, she stayed out all the time because she didn't like goats. She wouldn't come in at night. She wouldn't come in here at all. She stayed out in the yard grazing, but she stayed in the yard. So as long as she was staying in the yard, I wasn't too worried about her getting out. But Coco was getting out right there. And there's a piece, there's like a wire fence or gate piece under there that we had to put there because he was digging his way out. And we put it there. Well, Coco's small enough that she could squeeze through part of the square. So she was letting herself out, and she would graze in the yard, and she'd stay in the yard, and then she would go back up whenever somebody come up, or, you know, if she got scared or if it got late, getting dark or whatever, she would come back in. But Mark fixed that today because he didn't want Spunky, the one we can't catch, to get out and us not be able to catch him. And you know, if one goat sees the other doing it, they're probably going to do it too. So he fixed that. So now she can't get out no more, which is fine. I don't mind them getting out as long as they stay in the yard and then put themselves up. Then I know they're safe. But it's not a good idea for them to be able to get in and out because then something can get into them. We have the electric fence all the way around it, but it doesn't always work. You know, grass gets on it, tree limbs, all that kind of stuff, so it doesn't always work. Their little hut, I had put that over it last winter whenever Coco and Spunky were born because it was snowing and it was super cold, and I was afraid they were going to get too cold. And we also had put up heat lamps in here just to make sure that they didn't get too cold, so cold and snowy outside. This is what he cut with the lawnmower yesterday, and it was, I mean, you could not get through it. It was awful. And it's better. You can actually walk through it and see all the goats when they're not in the deeper part. But we have the electric fence all the way around the pasture, and you can see like where the leaves haven't fallen on it, where Simba has a trail that goes all the way around the fence where he runs it every night. So does his job. I mean, he stays in the pasture now that the electric fence is up. He doesn't try to get out. He stays with the goats. He even cuddles with the babies sometimes. So he's a good goat dog. He does what he's supposed to do. And let's see. That's kind of what it looked like before. That area he did not get because it's just there's too many holes, too much stuff he could run over. So he stopped up there, which is fine. I didn't want him to do it with the lawnmower anyway, but he can't get the tractor in here because there's so many holes. He's afraid to trip over. But anyway, that is what is going on with the goats. We've had some die, not sure why. The babies seem to, from the mamas that died, they seem to be doing fine. We got the big billy goat that hopefully can do what we want him to do, and then the younger billy goat that's sweet. So he will probably get to stay just because of his demeanor, at least for a little while. So anyway, that's our update on the goats and the pasture and Simba. Well, that's his head. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe to the channel, and let us know what you think, and y'all have a good day, and God bless.